After the holiday break, Jim is finally back and hopefully for good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sofia and this is Jim. He is a lifeguard in The Sims 3 Isla Paradiso and he is at level 9 in the lifeguard career, which means that he is almost at the end of his lifeguard career. He is also very close to complete his lifetime wish, and now he is going to work. It's probably across from his houseboat, so he is very close to his houseboat still, and we will see how the day will go. So far I spot a sea shell on the sand and Jim will collect that and then survey the area as usual. As you can see here, there are no one on the sand right now, but that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes all of the sudden all the Sims go to the area and it's very chaotic to say the least. Not every day, but sometimes it is that way. So Jim is now survey the area and there are already Sims arriving here. At least 2 Sims, and they seem very happy. I don't know why, but they are very happy to be here. Good for them. I guess, right? And Jim, he's running around to check if there is any Sim in trouble. So far so good. There are more Sims arriving, and just to remember that right now it's fall on this the Sims 3 save, and I think that has a bit of an impact on Sims going in the water. As you can see, there's a lady that walked into the water and then returned almost immediately to the sand. So I think the water is probably very, very cold, and that is making Sims not wanting to be there. Anyway, there's a Sim lady that needs help on the sand. She just collapsed, so Jim will give CPR to that lady. He's finally working, and this is good because it helps Jim's career. Another Sim just collapsed on the sand, so now Jim has to rescue 2 Sims or give CPR to 2 Sims on the sand. And I keep an eye on the water to see if anyone else needs help, but so far there are only those 2 in the sand that require Jim's attention. Oh, there was that lady, but she's living on a boat, so it's fine. Everything is fine. That lady said, "I don't know what happened back there. Now that you saved me, I want to get to know you more." Lady, Jim is working. It's not time to flirt. It's not time to do those things. He has to help the other lady that also passed on the sand. So Jim has to keep up with the good work. It's still a long way to get to level 10, which is the last level in the lifeguard career, and it will probably be his last promotion. Since it's the last level, obviously it will be the last promotion. This one said, "I don't know what just happened, but I know you saved me. I feel that we should get to know each other more." What's going on today? Jim is just doing his work. He's not flirting or anything, and all the ladies seem to be very interested in Jim. Another lady just collapsed on the sand, and Jim will also give that lady CPR. And another one. They are all collapsing on the sand. I think maybe it's too cold and they are collapsing because it's too cold. I don't know. But something is clearly going on this area. I guess maybe it's the water, I don't know, but those Sims weren't even in the water, so I don't know. Something is up in this area. More Sims are arriving. Some are splashing on the water, and this lady said, My body got warm the moment you touched me. Oh, come on. They are all flirting with Jim. Jim can't do his work today. Ladies, calm down. It's too much for Jim. It's too much. Come on. There's another sim in the water, but I don't think they stay on the water for too long because, as I said, it's probably very cold. This lady said, "Oh, thanks. Is it me or did we just have a connection there?" No, Jim was just doing his work. No connection there. Just him being a good lifeguard. As I said, the lady that was on the water is going back to the sand and there are sims splashing on the water, but that's about it. It's very cold, to be honest, compared to the summer in this Sims 3 save. So Jim is going back to survey the area, as he usually does. I keep an eye to see if anyone needs help, but it seems like now it's a bit more chill. We will see about that. But as I said, as you can see here, it's all of the sudden. Sometimes it's fine, and the next moment it's very crazy. If nothing too crazy happens, Jim will talk to some of the sims around to see if it improves his charisma skill. It usually does. Sims talking to each other, it helps the charisma skill because it's one of the skills that Jim has to work on to get the promotion, basically. That and the workout skill. But he's also getting sick all the time, so I will not make him go into the water to improve the athletic skill. I said workout skill, but I meant the athletic skill. I think in another time he will work out at the local gym instead of going in the water because he gets sick very easily. But we will see about that. So far, no one is in trouble again. And there are sims splashing on the water. They seem like they are having the best time of their lives. So, in a little bit, I think Jim will try to talk to other sims. It's also 2 hours away from the end of his workday. So, I think the work is done when it comes to rescuing sims for today. But again, there's always room for improvement, and he can improve his charisma skill by talking to others. So he will do that in a second. He still survey the area. And again, there are still sims playing around, but not that many that want to go into the water. Which is sad because for the Seaside Savior lifetime wish, he needs to rescue sims from drowning. So I don't know how we will do that if sims don't go into the water and stuff. As sad as it is, it's the truth. So he's still running around and it's 1 hour for the end of his workday, so he will finally start to talk to other sims. But it seems like some of them are also leaving, so I don't know if he will be able to talk to a lot of sims. That one is leaving, he can't talk with him anymore, so he will try to talk with other sims that are still here. And we will see about that, how that goes. The ladies were very happy that Jim gave them CPR today. I don't know what happened. It's usually some of them usually say thank you, you are a lifesaver, things like that. But today it was all very flirty when it comes to the notifications. So there's a sim on the sand that has scales on his legs, as you can see. And all of the sudden, I don't know what happened, but I even highlighted on the screen what I am saying, because something happened there, and maybe he's no longer a mermaid, because I think he was, and I don't know how that happened. I mean, there's probably a way to Sims to return to their normal state, like not being supernatural or something like that, but I didn't do anything. I am only playing with Jim, and as you can see on the screen, that something happened and he lost his scales. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because he was like on the sun. I don't know. It's very strange, to be honest. But again, Jim didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. And it's one of those things that happened in the game, and it's a bit confusing and interesting at the same time, I guess. Well, Jim is still talking to one of the Sims on the area. I do believe he rescued this Sim. It was one of the ladies that passed on the sand, and Jim gave her CPR. But Jim now needs to take care of his needs. He's about to go back home. As I said early on, his house is across from this area, so he's very close. It's a very good thing when it's like almost the end of the day and his needs are no longer in a very good state. And he's learning more about that Sim. They become friends. Good for Jim. I love when Jim makes new friends. But he needs to go home very, very soon. Otherwise, it will be a bit of a nightmare, I guess. Let's see. Come on, Jim. Hurry up. He's still talking to that lady. Maybe it will take a while. It's like the end of the day and there are still Sims in this area. They are still chilling, bathing suits, everything, towels, beach towels. But Jimmy is almost done talking to that lady. And he will go home. Because now he's hungry and he needs to use the bathroom. Here we go. Jimmy's finally going home. He took the taxi boat. I think it's so awesome. I wish we had those in The Sims 4. And now he's finally home. I will speed the part that he takes care of his needs, and he still has work tomorrow. So I will skip this part. And it's early in the morning. I think Jim will have breakfast and clean up their house a little bit before he goes to work. I also need to pay attention to the fish tank that he has on his bedroom, because it's not actually a fish, I don't remember the name, but he catch it while Jim was scuba diving a couple episodes ago. Scuba diving in The Sims 3 is so cool. I love to see under the water and everything looks amazing, but he needs to feed whatever is in that fish tank, and sometimes I forget about it. Jim got a letter from one of the ladies that he probably saved at some point. It looks like the ladies just love Jim. Whatever he does, he's doing it well. They all love him. Good for him. Now he's watching a bit of TV before he goes to work. We'll see how today will go. It's also almost his birthday, but as I said, today he still has work to do, and now he got the bills. I hope he's able to pay the bills before he goes to work, but we will see about that. Yes, I think he still has time until 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m. when he needs to go to work. He's always a bit late to work during this Let's Play. Sometimes I am a bit mad because I need to click on the notification for him to go to work, and he is always a bit late. but oh well. So he paid the bills. I am checking around to see if anything needs to be cleaned. He will clean the shower. He made his bed, so the house kind of looks okay, because I'm still not sure if the birthday party will be here. He has a rooftop in his houseboat. That will be fun, like maybe if we had a bar and stuff like that, it will be fun. Or if he has his birthday party in his private island, which I think is the best idea. I think Jim's private island is too small for him to move there full time, but I was thinking about building like a smaller bathroom and small kitchen in there, and so he will be able to have parties there and hang out there a little bit, but not actually moving full time. At first I was thinking that, but then I changed my mind. So now Jim is going to work. I think he will go to the same place as he did yesterday, which is my favorite area of the island. I love the surfboards and stuff. So I am actually happy. And he is also very close to his houseboat. So it's nice. I spot a seashell, so Jim will collect that one as well. And so far no one is here yet, because yesterday you know how crazy it went from 1 second to another. Very wild. There are Sims arriving. I think that lady Jim helped yesterday because she passed on the sand. And I am looking around. So far it's just that lady. But I think other Sims are finally arriving to this area, and Jimmy's survey as usual. That lady is also running. I don't know why. And there's a Sim that looks like he's going in the water. We will see about that in just a second. Yes, he is going in the water. The question is if he will actually go in there, or if it is like the other Sims from yesterday that they barely were in the water. It was just in the beginning and they went back to the sand as fast as possible. We will see. There's a lady that needs help in the water. Go, Jim, fast. I think it's the first one of this episode that is on the water that needs help, and Jim is working 2 days in a row, so he really needs to help that lady. And there's another lady that collapsed on the sand, so Jim also needs to give that lady CPR. Let's see. So Jim is already very busy, as you can see here. Sometimes everything is super chill, and once again, all of the sudden, it gets crazy. Very easily, actually. So Jim is finally helping the other lady on the sand. Oh no, he needs to give CPR to the lady that was drowning. And then he will rescue the other lady that is on the sand. Very busy day for Jim. And for a moment I thought that Elder Sim also needed help. But no, he's just chilling in the sand. So that lady said, "You saved me, how can I repay you? Just be careful." It's all Jim is asking is just be careful. Please don't all need help at the same time, because he is the only lifeguard available at the moment. And that's it. She doesn't need to pay Jim anything. The city does that. Rescue that scene. That one said, "Thanks for the save. Want to hang out?" Today they are not as flirty as yesterday, which is good because Jim needs to work. He is here to work, ladies, not to flirt. But he will actually talk with that sim for a little bit, at least while no one else needs help, I guess. Yes, he is talking a little bit. That sim is actually a distant friend. I think it's very cool that in the Sims 3, like if your sim don't talk to other sims for a while, their relationship will change, and sometimes they don't have a relationship at all of the sudden, and other times it become like a distant friend or something like that. I think it's very realistic and it's interesting. In The Sims 4 is a bit different when it comes to the relationships, but it's okay, it's alright. So no one needs help. There are Sims playing in the water. Jim is fine. Jim can continue to talk to other Sims to improve his charisma skill. So he will talk to a mermaid, I think, judging from the scales on the legs. But what happened yesterday was actually very awkward. Like, I don't know what happened. That seemed like what makes a sim no longer be a mermaid in The Sims 3. Probably there's a way, but I didn't see that sim do anything to make that happen. The only thing was that maybe he was on the sun for a little longer. But in that case, I thought Mermaid Sim will actually be in trouble and maybe pass out or something like that. And in that case, they would keep the scales. I really don't know what happened. So I decided to speed up this part until the end of Jim's workday. And tomorrow he has the day off, so he needs to get ready for his birthday party. Jim needs to buy a couple of things for his birthday party, and we will see about the location as well. It will be fun. But he still needs to work 1 hour until he's done with the work for today. Now Sims are just playing in the water, others are leaving. And I think Jim will go home as soon as the work day ends. It wasn't as busy as yesterday, but I think Jim worked a lot. It was a good day and he helped other Sims. It's all that matters. Now Jim is going back home. Again, he will take care of his needs and I will cut this part. He got something in the mail. And so it's the next day. Jim still needs to take care of a couple of things for his birthday party. Let's make sure it's a very good birthday party, or at least we are trying for Jim to have the best birthday party possible. But again, he needs to take care of a couple things in his houseboat and clean up a little bit, and then we will see. He finally cleaned the houseboat a little bit, and it's finally time for Jim to get a couple of things that he needs to make his birthday party the best party ever. So he will get a couple of things. He needs to take the taxi boat, and I will speed up this part. He needs to take the taxi boat just across of his houseboat, so it's not that far away, and he's almost there to buy a couple of things for his birthday party. So he got a couple of things, including the birthday cake. Jim really needed to buy the birthday cake because he's not able to cook one. So he's going to the private island. And as you can see here, I changed a couple of things just for Jim's birthday party. Before Jim invites all the guests, he will prepare everything. He will make refreshing drinks, turn on the radio. I also spotted a sea shell, and as you know, Jim collects sea shell from all the areas that he usually works. Today he is not working, it's his day off, but it's also his private island, so he will go for it. He will collect the sea shell, and let's hope everyone has a good time. I can see Jim having parties in this private island, but I don't see him moving here full time because there's not a lot of space. As you see, I built something that has a bedroom and a tiny kitchen just for Jim to clean up everything after the party and such. So now he will invite the Sims, and I think it's super cool to see the boats arriving at the island. It's super fun. There are so many Sims, and I do believe that there were Sims that crashed the party, and by that I mean that Jim did not invite them and they still showed up. And this is a private island, this is not public. Now Sims can drink, can dance, and they also brought food, so it's not just the birthday cake. I think it's very funny, and more Sims are arriving. I think this will be a very good birthday party. So Jim will talk with other Sims as well, and there are more Sims arriving and more Sims bringing food. At least no one will starve in this party because there's a lot of food, there's a lot of things that they can do actually. There are Sims dancing, others are eating, others are talking. There are also Sims playing on the sand, and yeah, they seem like they are having a good time. But it's time for Jim to actually grow up, I guess. So they all gather around, and it's about time for Jim. He's so happy about it. They are all celebrating Jim's birthday. It's very funny, very cool. Jim will make a wish. It's finally time. And it says, "Happy birthday. Jim is now a fully mature, at least some of the time, adult. He will really need to think about establishing himself in his career and family life while there is still time." That's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. It has been a while. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you in the next one.